Well, we're going to speak about colors, but color is everywhere. But what is it and why is it? Just now we've been through this color battle, this political color battle, and it ended up somewhat confusing, I think. I am so used to see Swedes like this old cliché, you know. We are voting red, living blue, eating green, and maybe working black, I don't know. But somewhat, nowadays, the political parties, the colors is not so clear as they used to be. So now we ended up with some brown disorder going on out there, and it's really scary. Some people look at colors more as cosmetic or individual, like they are, you know, expressing themselves and showing what group they belong to by colors. You know, it's very important. But in nature, color system is a powerful signal system. On life and death sometimes, I believe that we are not always aware of the power of our primitive instincts. But the truth is that color is light, actually. Of all electromagnetic radiation, people, persons, humans can see this little tiny part of all this electromagnetic radiation. And the color comes from the length of the radiation. So the shortest length of the wavelength, it's blue or lilac or violet, and the longest is red. So here you have all the spectrum. It's also about when the sun's white light comes down, or maybe an electric lamp, it reflects, or it's being absorbed. So the green leaf is reflecting the green color and absorbing the red and blue. Well, maybe you know all this already. But here is the cathedral in Härnösand. Last weekend they were celebrating this rainbow carpet through the cathedral. For 1 year ago they woke up one morning in Härnösand and the stairs up to the cathedral was painted in those beautiful colors. And everybody loved it, even the bishop. But you couldn't let it be like that, because what happens then? What will people do if you let them do like that? So one person, they were washing it away to its all grey self, the stairs, and this was what was happening last weekend. I have been living in Härnösand for a long time in Norrland, and one of my clients was the bishop. I had a joy to design her pastoral letter when she began her mission. It's called Love Conquers Fear. And it's about her vision about her work, and she wanted to go out with. Of course, I was working with the colors I picked from the graphic profile in the Swedish church. She was phoning me one morning and said, "Oh, you are the one that is doing this design thing." And I was, who are you? And she said, "Come to me, I will speak to you about this. Maybe you can help me with my pastoral letter." I've asked my young group of people that I'm talking about what to do, and they wanted me to do a film about it, because I don't want to do this traditional thing for the inner circle. So I want you to do a magazine-like book that no one can avoid looking at. Okay? That was a high expectations. And I got this word file of her pastoral letter, and I read it and I was really deeply moved, and I had to confess to her, I'm not religious, can I do this anyway? Okay, so I did this, and I had the opportunity to get all these beautiful pictures, which is mainly the best thing about this, from the best photographers in Sweden. I found it natural to let the dominating color in this product be red. So where do the meaning of colors comes from? This nerdy graph I found on the internet, and you cannot solve it out, because here is one axle, or what you say, it's about the cultures, and this is about 84 feelings. And everybody of these feelings have its color, but in different cultures. So in West Europe, loyalty is blue, and both heat and anger is red, trust is white, and death is silver. Do you recognize that? In Africa, love is blue, and in Hindu, it is green. Angela Wright, I would just like to talk a little bit about her. She's a psychologist that started to look at the characteristics of 11 basic colors. The interesting thing about her work is that if you want to be successful with colors, it's not so important to choose the basic colors, but to find the right combination of tones, of color tones. So she was found out that there is combination of color tones that has universal meanings. And they are the same to both men and women, over all ages and colors. And this is also the result of another big research in the same field. She founded 4 color groups with strong connections between personality types and their reaction to what the color communicates. She is working with colors according to design and communication. So that's why it's really interesting for us who is working in this field. I will not read all this stuff for you right now, but you can say that this clear sensitive group of warm colors without black is about young people, youth, joy, optimism. And these more grayish color are more cool and sensitive, and they communicate calm, timeless elegance and luxury. And because of this it's very good to use them if you want to communicate such a brand. And these are warm, intense and fiery colors, which includes black, and this is the most common colors in all brands over the world. And this, of course, is very clear, strong and intense colors, and this is for innovative companies, challenges and quality and leadership. I think it's very interesting, and I've never seen something like that before. So, what's about me? Well, I'm working as an art director and a graphic designer, and color is, of course, a very important part of my work and a powerful tool when I build identities for communication, for relations. I have picked some of my works that I want to show you, and I will comment them very shortly about the color. I have divided my works into different color worlds. Like this is, for example, the graphic part, and it's also with metallic colors and earthy colors. The first one of these works I will show you, it's about Sågverket. It's a place up in north, and the graphic design is inspired by the history of the place. It's a hostel, and it's also very a lot about 2 persons who is leaving, Stockholm and their PR works, to living their dream, to wanting to create this place where people can come and just to be how long they want. It's a very good interior design, and the concept have 3 different parts. It's the room thing, the meeting thing, and the kitchen. Well, colorly, I made this very, very graphic with really deep black print on different kind of papers, rough papers. And this is the concept. These colors, they are inspired by, it's called slum colors. And they are often used for, historical buildings and such things. And the funny thing that is a lot more colors there in the graphic profile, but the owner didn't feel, ready to use colors in his concept for the rooms and all things. So this is what it ended up with. This brochure is about coaching. It's about living your best self in a group of other people. It's a workbook, and both me and the customer found it nice to be a little bit, graphic, a little bit nice little book that you can look in. I chose this one. I showed them a lot of different alternatives, but I wanted it to be this one because I like the graphic thing, and I also like when the colors are, when the pictures are in colors, like this little bit brown thing and the light blue thing. But the customer chose a totally black and gray alternative that I don't show. Excuse me. Silver is a very nice color. Here is 3 covers in silver. For me, silver can suit both high technology, like this annual report cover for Fiber Optic Valley, and this cover for handicraft. The cover for handicraft was supposed to be like a mirror, because we were asking them, come and be with us, see yourself in this. But unfortunately, it was just silver like that. And also, we have this book. I think it was suited for this. It's good for this book to have silver. It's a female network that do this report with a big Q. Also, bronze can be suitable for accountants, economists, like this Forma group consulting, the logotype. And of course, it's very traditional to do diplomas and jubilee marks in gold. And also, I done this book cover. It's a biography. It's a relative. It's not my husband. And I liked to do this. This is about this age, you know, when you're teenage and you're going to be grown up, and you have all these thoughts. And it's a heavy photo. It's like Mona Lisa. You don't know if he's happy or sad or what. And I do this little twist with the golden color. So now we go into the warm section of the colors. This is a very unusual customer. It's a knitting performance on the Ferry Island. I know a lot of artists in Härnösand. And this is a folder. It was natural. You know, the colors was in the reality, because it was 80 women all over the world that was knitting small pieces in red. And they came to Ferry Island to meet in this circle and to knit this together like a big circle. And for the knitting together thing, they have this yarn from the Ferry Island, which was in dark gray from the goats there. It was a natural color. So this is the dark gray. It's light black. I don't know what you call it. But it's the front of the folder. And the red color is, of course, I think the red color is the dominating thing, but it's a lot of black too. And here is another warm work. It's the culture guide to Västernorrland. We have to gather all the culture in Västernorrland. It was not a very easy work, and we have a lot of enemies after that. And we use a lot of colors, but yellow and orange and warm red was dominating. Why is that? Why was it like that? Because I feel like they are strong signals. They are warm and involving. And we wanted to show culture as in a not excluding high cultural way. So this is another exhibition project that I do for the learning centers in Book and Library Fair in Gothenburg. It was a budget concept, and we chose the yellow color, and we make this design about, you know, the meeting place, because the learning centers is meeting places, and we wanted people to come to their place here in the fair. From red over yellow to green, 7 brochures for immigrants about each municipality for better understanding of the new home, each in 5 languages like Persian, Arabic, and other languages. The color system is also including, you know, the vision for the culture, the historical culture in this area. We go on. A spine clinic in Härnösand wants to change people's attitude of taking care of their bodies. Some people, we can be a little bit stressed. I don't know if you feel that feeling. And maybe we can just feel a little bit tense in the back. But most people don't go to get the massage. They go to do their hair, maybe, constantly, and they go to the, you know, dentist. But this clinic thought, you have to go to do massage like that. So we did this campaign. And we were working with these photographs in black and white, and we want to have a strong color to it. And we presented some different alternatives, and the customer's wife chose this lime green. And this is how it is sometimes to be the designer. Maybe it's a kid or somebody who is choosing. This is a poster for another unusual work. It says "Poisoned Area, Welcome." It's black on fluorescent yellow paper. It was this kind of, artist gallery up in north where very high levels of dioxins were registered just before they were going to have their opening of this artist gallery. And this is a documentation of one of the artist's examination of this phenomena. How do you feel when you go into this region before you know it's poisoned and after you know it's poisoned? He was not valuing it. He was just commenting it. So he invited all people, and this documentation was important because it was a rather difficult subject to understand if you don't have some text to it. So this is and the colors in this is inspired from the dioxin maps that you got from those who was, doing this examination. Analysis of the name, the vision and the communication platform from the Country Museum ended up with an earthy, golden, green profile color. Here's another book cover for my relative. And here he came with this, we were choosing this beautiful picture of him. This is the book who was before the other book, when he was a child. And he had this hand-colored old picture. I love those pictures. And we were, tricksing a little bit about the colors. And we found this very, is it green, is it blue color? And we picked this, blueberry in milk purple from the scarf. So this was the colors, and I'm satisfied with it, actually. This is a logotype for a girl I know that just started this firm of her own. We was doing this idea, and then she came to me with a lot of fabrics, threads, and yarn with the green she loves, because her favorite tones of green was not the same as mine. So I have to do it like this to get her satisfied. This is a new exhibition in Sundsvall's museum about the industrial epoch. One of the posters is exactly like the exhibition because it's wide wooden tables with a lot of objects with these small, very documentary texts. But to do it like this clean, you think yourself about the story about this time, and there is so much magic about old things. And then we do this poster, and it's also a lot about this black and white old picture. And this is all in, the time. It started very long time ago, and it end up when the exhibition ends. And the other is an oil painting of an artist. It's of this green, spruce part. And it's very typical for this region, of course. So we put those posters together for the communication, and inside the exhibition we did those quite ambitious media stations with a lot of things, a lot of films, a lot of pictures, and I thought that we needed to have some clear, not very traditional colors to this old stuff. So we did it all pedagogic, so each station has each colors, and we work with it consequently through all this. And it's working with the teams of this station. Kaleidoscope was an idea to reach the stories not yet told. There is a lot of such stories, you can bet. The campaign was a cost-effective kit with 4 stories as example. And we made a circle with a K in kaleidoscope, and we made small figures like people, hello. And they make a circle all together, and these 4 colors in each corner. We're building this campaign. And we have mails, and we have posters, and we have folders and films, and we also do the web. And everything we did was doing so you could personalize it. So this was for the county administrative board in all Sweden, so they could get their kit and they can personalize it and send it out in each region. We highlighted the culture consultants by dyeing them in color. At last, I have this synergy project that we have 8 partners in 4 countries, and this inspired me to do this little thing that is moving. It's end up with 8 small colors when they got together, and it's 4 countries in the bottom. And the idea was to find innovative new businesses by organizing projects and meetings between the traditional, strong industry and the creative industry in each region, and to learn from each other. Here you see the concept, and in the concept where there's always possibilities, you know, to use these things in the room where you have meetings or if you have an exhibition or something. Well, when Astrid Lindgren were asked about her favorite color, she answers, "I prefer a white rose in front of a blue nose. But it doesn't mean I don't like blue." Thank you very much.